I'm going to have wonky internet, so
We're live.
as live as we're going to be.
Wonky
So,
internet.
hi, everyone. I'm here. No, I'm not. I'm here. No, I'm not. Okay.
Oh my God, now you're
Hi,
frozen.
everyone. I
Hi,
froze. God
everybody.
damn it.
No, you're not
Hi.
frozen now. You were frozen a second ago.
Okay. Okay. Well, apparently the computer gods don't like it when I play with them. So, hi, everyone. I'm Diana Rachel, author of Urban Magic, a Guide for the City Witch, and the upcoming Hex Twisting Counter Magic Spells for the Irritated Witch. And this is the lovely Nikki Diana. And we are the owners of Golden Apple Metaphysical, which is experiencing some technical difficulties, but we'll be back online very soon. And if there's anything that you especially want from us, well, you'll get it sometime around October or November. Let's be honest.
We've been pretty good about getting product out. It's just,
yeah,
It's just Murphy's Law.
Pretty much. Well, and it's Murphy's Law, and I'm going on a book tour, and I am not a hugger, and I'm going to be such a cuddle slut because I am vaccinated and have not bit anyone in a while except for Cinti.
Oh, you're not biting me.
Yeah, we know. The one time.
Hey, that bruise was like that big.
I still think you were mostly mad because it didn't. No. Well, I got consent first.
You did. Welcome to Left Unsupervised. This is what happens when you leave us unsupervised, and we have alcohol. Except you don't have any alcohol right now because you're driving. Well, maybe not physically driving.
I am not. Yeah, I'm not the one driving. So normally I was left unsupervised because Cynthia normally had a date night, and the nights we were doing this, and schedules have not been working out. And so today I am literally in my car while Cynthia is driving. We have passed the 45th parallel in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, so about 4.5 hours away from her home in Kalamazoo.
Oh, wow.
The Lower Peninsula. This is the thing. So no polka music, thank God. But because people are making the big fuss about the blood moon and the eclipse, and I have a very shared and liked Facebook post. I wish that my book post got that kind of attention, explaining that this is a really good moon for naughty magic, or putting an end to some bullshit, which is probably what I'm going to do too. But it is also, Cinti and I both absolutely love Aurora Borealis, but usually you can only see them in winter, and frequently they're only really visible very far past the 45th parallel towards the North Pole. So the 44th parallel is halfway between the equator and the North Pole. So I'm so I'm kind of Middle Earth right now. And it's colder now too. And so this is an extremely rare time where we might be able to see them in the spring because there's a magnetic storm happening as well. So it is a good time. So it's our version of storm chasing. And the last time I saw the Aurora Borealis, I lived in Mankato, Minnesota, and I was wondering why the space aliens were using those undercarriage lights like those nerdy guys do with their cars.
Only you.
It's my brain. It's a cartoon in here.
That's okay. While you've been busy setting up the book tour and everything else,
yeah.
I have been busy double shifting. We are trying to get the bar back online. Actually, Martuni's is open daytimes currently. So we are expanding our menu to day drinking. Always fun. And we're open from 11 to 6 every day. So while we're trying to get that set and I'm trying to get restaffed so we can open more evenings, it's been some long days.
Sounds like it, yeah. Sounds like I need to plan at least one day of a stop at Martuni's.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
If we can make that an event, we'll make an event. But we do have an event coming up for you at Wicked Grounds, yes?
Yes, we do. June 24th, I will be doing an Urban Magic relaunch book tour that will be this summer. And so San Francisco is still my home, and I am just displaced at the moment. That is all. And I will fucking come back one way or the other, at least for a while, until I'm ready to retire to New Orleans. But I will be there, and we will be teaching. So from 6 to 6:30 will be a come meet and greet and buy my books, please. I'm going to need to get paid for the plane tickets back. And then there is a class that will be from 7 to 9 on connecting with your city spirit. And yes, there will be some work. The work I will be doing there and in the other cities is on resurrecting neighborhood spirits, because there's a lot to resurrect right now.
Awesome.
But
And this is
yeah,
an
so
in-person event, correct?
yes, this is both in person and online. So if you go, oh, I have to miss it, you don't. Wicked Grounds is doing, because I have a regular third Thursday slot with Wicked Grounds, we had to drop it while I had COVID. Now I'm recovered. I'm going to be teaching a series in urban magic through Wicked Grounds. This one will be live because I will be in town, and it will also be simulcast on Zoom. So everyone can make it. And it's sliding
Yay.
scale 15 to 35 so it's pretty affordable to everyone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that sounds good. Excellent.
Yeah.
Let's see. What else do we have going on?
Let's see here. I just finished, so I'm going to be at Witches Fest in New York City in July. I'm going to be at Hex Fest, as will Nikki, in New Orleans in August. And I am looking for some smaller events to do at other bookstores, and looking for a couple of more Bay Area events to do too while I'm there.
Aren't you doing Llewellyn Con as well?
Yes. Oh, goodness. Yes. I am going to be doing Llewellyn Con on June 18th. So I'm going to be coming to you live from an airport in Chicago, because planning was wonky, and that was when we could afford the plane tickets.
Okay.
So, yeah. You want me to see you? Buy my books.
That's pretty much where we're at now for the site. Yeah, we're experiencing some technical difficulties, but our products haven't changed. I'll probably be doing a feature through Instagram, just featuring different products every few days when I find a free minute to scratch my nose and jump on the computer.
Yep.
But you can message us about products and services via the Facebook page, Instagram messaging, or Diana's website.
Yep. And my website
Which
is done,
maybe
and
pop
I'm
in
very
the
happy with
comments.
it.
Yeah. Maybe pop
Okay.
your website in the comments as well.
All right. I
And
just
then
want
I
to
can.
share with you. Oh, I don't think. Oh, I can't turn my camera around. I'm going to turn my camera in literally so you can see what I'm seeing right now. Can you see that?
It is. It looks. There's flags. Are we looking at the sky? What are we looking at?
We are looking at Colonial Mackinac. Mackinac Bridge is the largest bridge in the continental United States.
Nice.
So
It was hard to tell from our vantage point as the viewer that was a bridge, but
yeah.
very
So
nice.
that is and it's a drawbridge. It's fucking cool. It's a largest suspension bridge. Cynthia's correcting me. But my urban design nerd is very happy in this moment. So yeah, so Mackinac Bridge. So for people that keep thinking Midwesterners fly over, fuck you. There's cool stuff here.
I never said it was flyover. I said it's that stuff in the middle.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff in the middle, and it's not just that dude with the sheep.
In my defense, I never said anything good or bad about the middle states.
And this wasn't for you. This is for the audience that needs to hear it. So, besides, you got me from the Midwest, and it's been a dubious choice ever since.
Yeah, well, it's definitely been interesting. Though I have to say that since you've been in Michigan, my life is almost boring. Almost,
but not entirely boring. More manageable,
yeah,
right?
I mean, the magic has dialed back quite a bit.
Yeah.
Except for the occasional like weird ish that always seems to happen, especially lately with our good friend Murphy, who we are going to talk about as our topic for tonight's show.
So tell me about Murphy.
Murphy's Law is, basically in a nutshell, if it can go wrong, it will go wrong. And I swear to God, that's been my week.
Okay, so tell me about your week, because Nikki and I really haven't had a chance to catch up much either. So what happened? Was the steam cleaner possessed?
No. You know what it's been? It's just been like a comedy of errors, except it's not funny. Like just this week, yesterday at my, I work at a grocery, and right now I'm in the. I mean, I guess it doesn't matter if I mention it. I work for Safeway, and right now I work in the Starbucks kiosk. So I was getting ready for work yesterday for my 7:30 shift that I thought was my 7:30 shift, but was not my 7:30 shift. It was my 7 o'clock shift. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And my coworker messaged me that she forgot that she was working and she was on her way in
Oh.
3 hours later. Um, yeah, so she and I were coming in about the same time, and I managed to get there first. So of
Uh-huh.
course we're trying to get the kiosk in order, and oh, hi Nora,
Nora
and hi
decided to come with
Cindy.
us.
I saw
Yeah,
Cindy's
that
shoulder.
is the hotel. Yeah. So we're just pulling up to our hotel. So yes, this is the place. This is what I got. I told you I
Nice.
don't do
Well,
halfway in hotels. Um,
this is true, and I have enjoyed that very much.
yeah,
So we're trying to get everything turned on, and I was the first one there, and I very rarely open, so I don't have all the procedures down. So I'm trying to make
Nora.
tea and
Speaking of,
and make coffee, and I forgot that once I'd made the teas with all the hot water that we fill everything with, I forgot that one of them was still full of hot water, and I also did not switch it from full to half. So I started
oh
making
no.
coffee on top of a full pot of water. That while I was talking to a customer, I heard a little noise and turned around, and it was all spilling out of the top. It was great.
Oh. See, this is where you just start chanting shit from Macbeth and try to make it look like you did it on purpose.
Yeah, there's no saving that. And then about, I don't know, an hour and a half later, I tried to make more coffee with coffee beans rather than coffee
Mm-hmm.
grounds.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I said, it's like a comedy of errors, and it's just one of those, if something can go wrong, it will happen.
Yeah.
If it's not crazy antics at the Starbucks, it's stuff just having to be adjusted at the bar. So it's little things that just kind of add up. But honestly, for weeks I've been a klutz. Like I drop
Oh.
everything. Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If I could butterfinger it, or if I'm not dropping things, I'm trying to put a lid on the cup and it explodes.
Mm.
So I don't think I'm cursed. I just think
Yeah.
maybe the juice I should be serving are alcoholic.
Well, and it might just be that you need more rest. So
But
lack of sleep can make you a little klutzy.
you know what? I used to go on 2 hours of sleep for weeks, and I was fine.
And and I used to lift 70 pounds easily on my arms, and now I'm down to 40. So stuff
Damn pandemic.
happens.
Damn
Yes,
pandemic.
this is,
I'm
yeah,
sleeping.
the pandemic ate a lot of things that we're just going to all have to rebuild. Your lack of sleep tolerance, and me being in the gym.
Yeah.
And of course, now I'm
You know
back to
what?
having to deal with gyms that still usually only have men weightlifting, and that's been entertaining.
Nice. Well, I've been falling asleep at like 9, 10 o'clock at night.
Wow.
I go to bed at the same time as my children.
Are you? You've kind of had to though, because of how early you get up for work.
But you know what? It used to be I'd leave the bar, I'd come home, I'd go to sleep at like 4 a.m., and I'd be up at 6 with the kids, and it was okay. It was great.
Yeah.
Yeah, now I have like brain fog. Unless I'm getting that
Yeah.
from you.
Nope, it's not for me anymore.
Damn it.
The COVID tea and the vaccinations worked. I'm not getting brain fog. I will occasionally have trouble with specific nouns, but even that's starting to fade.
Gotcha.
And when I do another round of the COVID tea and it's fine.
Yeah.
Most of my stuff now is just, Cindy's grandmother just died. Their family can be a little stressful. Their mom is like the sweetest person ever, but there's just like, a whole bunch of people I've never met before who are expecting to meet me in a really depressing circumstance. And, we have gone from when I first moved, like inadvertently moved here, it was basically 2 crises a week, and I've just been hacking at it magically.
Mhm.
And aside from grandma dying, which was going to happen one way or the other, it's gotten down to not so much a crisis, 2 crises a week, and more to like an inconvenience every other week.
Well, that's helpful.
So I'm getting there.
All I have to
Yeah.
say is you cannot bite people at the funeral.
I will tell you what I would like to do to one of them off the air.
Okay, we can share that after.
Yes. So, but for me, the Murphy's Law, given that I actually dealt with several years of very heavy, deliberate cursing from someone I was dating for 5 years, for the most part, and that was a combination of Murphy's Law and basically a piece of shit figuring out a way to abuse someone while thinking they weren't ever going to get caught,
Mhm.
even by the person they were abusing.
Yeah.
And well, I'm pretty much a living example of fuck around and find out. So, but things are getting more boring for me now too. Basically, like my biggest stressor is just trying to get my stuff into my social media scheduler so I can get all the other things done.
Yeah.
You know, like my Llewellyn annuals pile is mounting, which is good. It's work. It's just a lot of work.
Yeah.
And, you know, trying to get more things out. And so people go, oh, and like actually register, they know who I am. And working through that stuff. And like, yeah, for I think one of the things you can do with Murphy's Law for figuring out if it's cursing or not, there is I know that Nikki, you're a fan of the trust your gut.
Mm-hmm.
And I know when you say that, can you talk about, and this sounds like a weird question, and it probably is a weird question, but what is it like? What is that like for you? Like, is that a physical sensation when you're tuning into that? Do you tune into it, or do you just sort of intuitively know?
I think it's I mean, it's not like literally a feeling in my guts.
Mm-hmm.
But it's kind of like when I know people are lying to me.
Yeah.
So it's and I can't do it all the time, obviously, the lying thing, but there are times when people will tell me something and I get that, like my bullshit meter goes off. And
Right.
when I have that feeling that I say go with your gut, if you want to call it intuition, if you want to call it the little voice in your head, not
Mm-hmm.
the little voice in your head that tells you to do really awful things to people that you don't like because that's just fun.
That's just you, but yes.
Um,
Um,
the little voice in your head, but the little voice in your head that says, okay, like when you meet somebody in a bar and that little voice inside your head says that person's a bad idea. And then if you
yeah,
don't listen to that voice, then you find out why that they're a bad idea.
yeah.
However, I've been listening to the little voice, which is why
Well, the
my life
problem with your little voice is like, do, good opportunity to stab.
or, it seems like a good idea at the time.
Mm-hmm.
What
Yeah,
can you do? What can you do?
yeah,
Um, but it's for a lot of the go with the gut, like some of this, that I message you if I think that something's messing around with me.
yeah, you do.
But right now, I literally just think it's like Murphy's Law shit. I think, I've been reading a lot about this super moon where, a lot of weird
Mm-hmm.
shit's going to happen.
Yeah.
And so I was thinking about when I messaged you about tonight's topic, I was like, what are some ways that we can get past this? Yes, there's definitely magical ways, but if you don't have magic as an option, what are some mundane things that we can also do as well?
So when I've been on this kick with my TV viewing, where I've been looking at stuff that looks at neurology and how the brain works and how we get tricked into certain things like political extremism. So there's this series on PBS. So there's this documentary we watched earlier on Netflix called The Social Dilemma that talks
Mhm.
about how media and the algorithms are really toxic and do manipulate you and basically force you to become more and more polarized. And I'm watching a series on PBS um, called Hacking the Mind. And for those of you that may not know this, because PBS is public television, it's easy to get free even without cable. So if you want to watch these and if you have any device, they're very accessible. PBS has an app. You can pretty much pick what city you want to see this from. So I'm watching the stuff out of Grand Rapids. And this has a really good variety of TV for nerds like me. And one of the things is this thing called Hacking the Mind that is talking about all of the ways we kind of go with these shortcuts and these intuitive breaks, and how the intuitive breaks are frequently a good thing and how they evolved as a good thing, but how they've been used against us in recent decades.
Mhm.
And so one of the things, and the reason I'm getting there is today I was watching something about the way humans overthink. Like they've been tested against like animals with like, there's this box with all these doohickeys on it, and all you have to do is lift the lid. And so if you show a dog with all the doohickeys and all the stuff, the dog will just like go, I want the treat, and lift the lid.
Mhm.
A little kid, however, or an adult will try to play with all the doohickeys instead of just lifting the damn lid. Yeah. And, in some cases, it's just somebody being a smartass, but in other cases, it's just they got so focused on all the doohickeys that
Mhm.
it didn't connect to lift the lid because they're taking all of these mental shortcuts that we automatically do.
Mm-hmm.
So some of Murphy's Law is coming from that mental shortcut thing. So literally, and because a lot of us come from that capitalist age of go, 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 faster, faster, faster. It's better if it's faster, even though we know now faster isn't usually better.
Mm-hmm.
And so the first thing you can do is slow down.
Yeah.
Literally just slow down. I caught myself doing it today because I get into anxiety cycles and I'm trying to do a bunch of stuff quickly. And then, if I'm like focused on something, I'm trying to do it fast. My partner stops talking to me. I hear another noise, and I don't have ADHD. I'm just extremely prone to anxiety. And, those are minor things that happen to pretty much every mom every day. And it will immediately start an anxiety cycle for me.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to basically slow down, address the thing that is causing the distraction, and slow down again. And even with that, like today, I was basically working on my stuff on the drive up here. So I'm pretty sure that my AT&T bill is going to be a nightmare next month, but worth it. Um, I needed a road trip so bad. But part of it was I was seeing where I was having these inputs that were distracting me and catching errors that wouldn't have happened if I'd been able to completely focus and slow down. And this can be on even minor tasks like flossing your teeth, is just finding a way to slow the hell down. And that comes to the emotional step of being okay with making somebody wait.
Mm-hmm.
And we got a world full of Karens who don't know how to wait these days. So
Oh
there's
yeah,
that
so
pressure all the time too.
yeah. Well, I think the first thing with Murphy's Law is identifying, is it really Murphy's Law, or is it a situation
Mm-hmm.
that you put yourself in? Because invariably, like I may or may not have done today, I had plenty of time to get gasoline and I
Mm-hmm.
didn't do it. So tomorrow, I'm going to have to remind myself, leave early so you
Mm-hmm.
can get gas or you're not going to make it to work.
Yep.
Um, so, you can, like, I could not think about it and tomorrow morning go, oh crap, I need gas. Murphy's Law in action. Or I could say, well, no, I have to be accountable about this. I knew I needed gas yesterday. It didn't just sneak up on me and I chose
Yeah.
not to. So
Yes.
some things, are definitely like Murphy's Law. Like today, we came into work and we weren't getting any water flow to any of our machines, so we couldn't make any drinks at
Oh
the kiosk.
no.
Oh yeah, it was awful. I don't know if it ever got fixed today. But,
Oh wow.
that's Murphy's Law thing. None of
Yeah.
us had any control over that. But my getting gas tomorrow morning and possibly being late to work if I don't leave in a timely manner is all on
Mm-hmm.
me.
Yeah. And I think for some of that is and this, it is so hard to develop this habit, is planning ahead.
Hmm.
Now, for me, I will plan ahead and shit will happen and it makes me nuts.
Yeah.
But like, I'm the person who, before, like, every day when I'm, every week when I work in the small town that I do readings out of, that's when I stop and get gas. So this way I have gas for the week because I have a Prius. So you can get away with gas for a week with a Prius. And so, but I do the thing at the end of the day. So I have plenty of time and I won't forget. I'm the person who, even when I'm working for myself, I pick out the clothing I'm going to wear the next day
Mhm.
and basically make those decisions when I'm not, when I'm as relatively not tired as I can, because first thing in the morning, you're going to be lucky if I'm not just basically wearing basically a day glow orange shirt and a pink tutu. Actually, I could probably rock that, but it would not be
Because
like an
you
intentional
wore
decision.
this the other day.
Depends on I mean, there are some days where that might be the day for me, but
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely, I mean, like sometimes I really have to think about it now because all the gas stations that are close to me that are relatively inexpensive close early.
uh-huh.
So like if I left work at 10 o'clock at night, where normally they'd be open all night, through the pandemic, they were closed at 9 o'clock. So I had to learn that the hard way. So then it's really, it's about paying attention to the details. You
Yeah.
know, uh, if I'm running on my way to work, okay, so the gas that I'm going to have at the end of the night, is that going to last me to drive 3 miles further to a gas station
Uh-huh.
that's open? So it's
Yeah.
really about not putting ourselves in these situations with pre-planning.
Yeah.
But what I have found is that if you do find yourself in a Murphy's Law situation, Some of the things that are challenging but are still doable is like, don't let it screw up your whole day.
Yeah.
You know, yesterday my
Yeah.
coworker was really freaked out, and I was like, you know what? Sometimes you just have to laugh at it. Like, it happens.
And I do think that maybe, and I think it does help if you identify, could I control this? And if you don't, sometimes you just have to laugh.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
You know, it's like it's the, okay, was no one hurt? Was anyone hurt that it was just funny? But the being able to laugh at it helps, especially if there is no control, or you go, okay, so this went horribly wrong. Is there an opportunity this presents in any way?
Mm-hmm.
Even if it's just, you know, we have that hated bed anyway. Woohoo! Get something that'll, you know, or this is the time in 5 years I properly vacuumed under my bed. Which may
Are you
sense.
in the hotel yet?
No, we checked into the hotel.
Because you're cutting in and out, and you're
So we're
freezing.
using shit. We're using signal. What?
We're almost to the international park.
We're trying around to get better signal. We are in the Headlands Park. Okay, Headlands International Dark Sky. So it's basically no light this North America in this. So we can possibly see the auroras. Yeah.
Yeah, you're kind of. I'm catching like half of every other word right now.
So yeah, basically anybody who's seen Army of Darkness, this is where you go when you want the Necronomicon.
That was a funny book. And you were still like you're frozen and we're getting any sound. Okay, well, while we get Diana kind of set and in a little bit better area for signal, definitely talking about some Murphy's Law things that people have been experiencing with the supermoon that's tonight. Some of the things I've heard that I've seen from friends online has been not sleeping, and as a matter of fact, I woke up in the middle of the night last night and couldn't sleep. But when you find yourself in these situations, the most important thing is to not let it change your mood for the worst. I see you moving. I know you're not talking, Diana, but I don't know if our sound.
I was like, okay, can you hear me now? Okay, I am here. I don't know if I'm cutting in or out. We're heading back towards civilization. Or at least we're pizza.
I'm hearing you, but we're not lined up with your video, which is fine.
Okay. Do you think it would be maybe, I don't know if it'll let me turn the way I have this set, because I have to do through the desktop on my phone. It's not going to let me just turn my camera off, which would make life a lot easier.
Actually, you're synced now.
So it's getting more stable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're getting back towards where there's signal. So, hi. So we've left the Evil Dead Park. But we'll be going back later, and I mean, it sentient me with the Necronomicon. How bad could it get, really?
No, do you really have a Necronomicon?
No, I've read it. It was cute.
It was cute, but
yeah, it was cute. But Tiamat is not actually that cuddly. So you know.
I really never thought
that. Well, if you've read it.
Though I did want to have a come to Kali moment with a coworker today.
I'm sure Kali would not mind if she's hungry.
Yeah. Served on a platter. Served on a platter.
I understand that feel so well.
That was not Murphy's Law. That was someone's inattention to their own detail and accountability.
Yeah.
And
that can be a thing.
That, I know that they will know that I am talking about them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Welcome to working with Nikki.
Yeah. My whole thing is like just do your job. Just do your job. Just come in, do your job, go home. Can't we all just do that? Let's get along.
I mean, my job sometimes comes home with me, so it depends on the day, but we're doing a lot better
Hey,
with that.
your job, we have learned to navigate.
Yes. And ward the fuck out of, because sometimes I have to send out an energetic signal that the office is fucking closed.
There you go.
But that is also not Murphy's Law.
That is not Murphy's Law. But if you are experiencing a true Murphy's Law, what are some magical things you could do?
So one of the things that I will do, if you have more time, like I'm fond of doing uncrossing workings as almost a form of energetic hygiene, at least once a month.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the thing that moves the obstacles and reduces the Murphy and kind of clears it out. I will frequently pull a card to see where that energy is coming from. Mm-hmm. And this is one of the situations where, like, the blood moon, this particular blood moon especially, and Murphy's Law does seem to happen a little more at eclipses. Mm-hmm. Eclipses and when the moon is void, of course. Mm-hmm. So, and the moon goes void, of course, every few days. So if you get like a Llewellyn Witch's date book, those mark those days out pretty well. Mm-hmm. And hey, I happen to be in the 2021 one, so there's that too. But it will mark out those times because those are times when, because the moon is void, of course, especially for people that use mostly celestial energy in their magical, they'll tap moon energy or just work with moon and earth only rather than other animistic energies or just other energies that are around. If you're working with those exclusively, you're more likely to have those things come up as opposed to stop, ground, center. I'm not joking. Go hug a tree and exchange the negativity and try to basically just get centered in yourself as much as you can. Because what will happen is if you're getting too frustrated, it turns into a sort of ego flare. Mm-hmm. And then you end up making your own day worse than it was.
And I was reading today with this particular blood moon and lunar eclipse that it's not a good time to do magic where you're starting something new.
No, this is the thing where you want to put an end to some stuff. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, now that I think about what I posted today on Facebook, I'm like, okay, somebody's getting murked. Mm-hmm. But they probably deserve it, so I'm just going to stand back and wait.
Well, I noticed that it is funny lately. I have been working on something recently, and mm-hmm. the past few days, I was just ready to put the kibosh on it and throw it out, which is and just be like, you know what, I'm done. I'm walking away from this situation, which is very unlike me.
Yeah,
and it's a little unlike me to be influenced by energy that's going on in the world. But you know what?
Yeah.
It's a weird time, and at least I can say that I am just now realizing this, and maybe will not put the kibosh on this. Though I was very, like yesterday, I was like, I'm just done. And
oh my God, this town is so cute. Okay, go on.
I'm just
look at this. Look at how cute this is.
That is a cute little town.
Oh my gosh, like clearly it like survives some tourism, but
I don't have a cute view. All you can see is my the liquor cabinet, which is my favorite thing, and my china cabinet.
Hey, well, I mean, your liquor cabinet was one that I picked out, so it's an excellent taste.
And it holds my liquor just dandy.
And you can walk out and see the pool if you want it. So
yeah, then I'll lose connection.
That's no good. Okay, and are you looking for a liquor store? Because I think it's closed right now.
No, everything's pretty much closed. I'm just looking.
Okay, so
aren't you in one of those towns that they don't serve liquor on Sundays, and I'm just being an asshole?
Oh no, no. I think there's just not enough tourists to make it worth the booze orders right now. So because because of COVID, everything's still shut down up here. So like most of the tourist towns here really suffered. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of people who are like F the masks, and it was just like pure economic frustration. Mm-hmm. So like there's like nobody here. Also, it's like Memorial Day, it's going to be just packed. So this is the week to be here.
Well, yeah, and it's almost 1 a.m.
Oh, the saloon's open. Yeah, I think. Oh, damn it. Well, it's almost 1 a.m. and Right now, they're not allowed. Like right now, all of the liquor places are still required to close at 11. Next week, they'll be allowed to close at 2.
Mm-hmm. I think
So,
in San
which means,
Francisco, we do have the option to be open till 2 now, but like I
mhm.
said, we just don't have the staffing at the moment. So if you are watching this on a later recording and you're in San Francisco and you are an amazing bartender or server with a go-getter attitude and great availability, please hit us up on the Martuni's Facebook page.
Okay, check this out. Does this look haunted to you? This looks haunted to me.
All I can see is the reflection of me, though I look very cute in your reflection.
Okay, let me turn this off. Can you see this?
I can see it.
Like, what the hell is this place? This is awesome.
Ooh.
Right,
Energy
can you see
jump.
that?
I can.
Yeah, this place is freaking haunted. That's awesome. Hello, ghosts. You're not coming home with me.
I was gonna say I don't get an ooey gooey feeling though.
No, they seem pretty content. They're here for the tourists. Like there are hotels that have started just, flat out hiring ghosts.
Mhm.
And by the way, if someone is looking for that service, that is a service that I can offer. And we can even screen for serial
Living all
killers
like
now. Things have been learned. Um, things have been learned finally. But yeah, that place is fucking cool. Okay, so we're gonna come back and check that out. Okay, so yes, this is me being in random traveler mode because this morning I was planning on, just working all day, and then Cinti went Aurora Borealis, and somehow I found myself just in the car with a packed bag very quickly. I did not know I could still zoom that fast.
yeah, because you just need it. Being outside. You know how happy I was this weekend being at Martuni's?
Oh, I know you were.
Oh my god, I got so many hugs.
Oh, even Nora's excited. Look at this. Oh, she's so
Aw,
fucking
hi,
happy right now.
Nora.
Yeah. Hey, Nora, I want to say hi to Nikki. Or,
Hi,
just
Nora.
look at me like my nuts. Yes.
Well,
Yeah, well, right now she's our little stone right now. She threw out her hips chasing a cat, both of them. So we've been having to give her CBD oil, and she's figured out that the oil makes her feel better. And now
oh,
she won't have her food without it.
nice.
Okay, okay. I will look at this tomorrow when it's more appropriate. Apologies, audience. Hi. So
Oh no,
troll
this is
trap.
pure random Diana.
Okay, this is okay. Look at this. Troll trap. Okay, I have no idea what that is, and if it's actually run by a troll, that will be awesome.
Well, in the UP, you're a Youper. You're a Youper.
Yeah.
But in the Lower Peninsula, you're a troll.
Okay, I'm going to have this explained to me later, but I probably shouldn't eat anything while I'm here. Fairyland.
No, everybody in the Lower Peninsula is called a troll by the people that are Youpers.
Eating
I've
used to
seen
be
Tinder.
fine.
They are trolls.
I was gonna say eating used to be okay. Don't accept any flowers.
Yeah, I won't. Yeah, I did that once.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I'm not doing that again. No, I've learned my lesson. No accepting flowers from fairies and accidentally marrying people.
Yeah.
One time.
All it takes is once.
Yeah, well, there's a certain point where I just have to post a sign in spirit saying, "Stop trying to fucking marry me." I know I'm Polish. I know Polish women make the best wives, but that's because their husbands live the shortest time period. There's a reason for that. Quit fucking marrying me.
Little belladonna.
A little belladonna. A little harder to get, but there's a few, some special mushroom pierogies.
Oh my god. Plausible deniability. La la la.
Exactly. I mean, there's a reason that almonds have been so handy for so many centuries.
I am. See, I'm finding myself very jealous of your road trip right now because I have not been on a road trip in forever.
But you're going to be going on one pretty soon, and it will be an awesome one.
It is because we are driving to New Orleans.
So you're going to get to see things I don't get to in the plane.
I am, and I'm buying a body cam.
Oh, that will be fucking awesome.
Yeah, there's the one that I'm looking at has night vision.
Ooh.
So when I
will
drop off to weird little places, at least I can have it.
Yeah. I will say that on Bourbon Street, that may end up recording some things you regret. Not from you,
will I,
but
though? Will I?
you know how when you go to the naked beach, it's never the people you want to see naked?
Usually I find the people I want to see naked.
Okay, but you do have to spend some time looking for them, right?
Food is food.
Okay. But, well, for the rest of us.
However, I wasn't thinking about it for Bourbon Street. I was actually thinking about it on the drive because we're planning on stopping at some local, like on the way, we're mapping out different places that have legends to them, like different lore. So,
Okay, Cynthia's Fairyland, we aren't eating there. They found a pasty place. So, Cynthia, the fairies are trying to tempt you. No. Okay, I know they're pasties. I apologize. This is why my partner's usually left somewhere else when I do this show.
We're not left unsupervised with the peanut gallery. It's okay.
Yeah, well, the peanut gallery is driving. They have a role. So for those that aren't familiar, pasties are these meat pies that are specific to usually Scandinavian and Irish cultures that immigrated to the Midwest in the United States.
Cornish.
Yep.
So good.
And and so Cynthia's very excited because we found a hut that serves pasties.
I know, but pasties are reserved for exotic entertainment. And in
San Francisco, yes. In San Francisco, yes. Here they're considered, sandwiches.
Those are pasties.
No, pasties and
pasties and pasties, yes. Yeah, I still remember when Marie, for some reason, shopped for some pasties for me. That was a long time ago and a much, much more boring time, really, if that was all she could come up with.
In a universe far, far away.
Oh, God, yes. Whole different dimension. Good God. Back when I was white and straight and normal.
We will definitely, maybe we'll do a show on the road because you will get there. Are you flying in Thursday?
I don't know yet. We're figuring that out, and I will make no promises because there are people there I might want to make out with.
You can't do the show and make out at the same time?
No.
And here I thought
if you want to. Please, you're the one. Given that we've both had times we're both tapping our foot, looking at the watch, waiting for the other one.
Well, fair enough.
So, yeah.
Fair enough. Okay, that happened. I was late to one meeting. Maybe
there was a little more than that, but yeah.
I blame a certain someone that I will not mention his name because I think it was the same person every time.
No, there was I won't give the names, but there's at least two I know for sure. And then there's the third one that you were just trying but never quite got anywhere. Soccer dad. Oh, okay. So we're not going to talk about that one. It's been a while.
Yeah. Considering that, COVID has been a damn near a get thee to a nunnery.
For you, yeah. Well, for me, I just kind of landed in the strangest way possible, but I kind of think the universe just sort of went, we could try more, but it's getting boring.
Yeah.
Let's give her a kid, see what she does with that.
Oh, good. You're stopping bee stings and standing on each other's faces.
Yeah, there was no bee stinging. There was a yellow, I think this kid is a bee whisperer and doesn't know it, and that's part of the issue, is the yellow jacket normally, like he was yelling, screaming, and running. And normally that's enough for a wasp to sting you, right? And I was able to get the bee off of him and get it out of the house without anybody getting stung. And it was a yellow jacket that should not have been possible. So I'm starting to suspect that he has a special thing with the bees.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of lore about that.
Yeah. Bees, I'm okay. Yellow jackets, I'm actually allergic to.
Well, yellow jackets are little assholes. I'm just allergic to them existing. But yeah, there was like nothing. Okay, I'm gonna turn the camera around one more time. So you can actually, I'm gonna get out of the car so you can see this.
Okay.
Because
She just
this
likes
is,
turning off the light so that she looks good.
I like this. I can disappear. Okay. Well, plus, this is just, most people have never gotten to see this side of me because I was usually exhausted and emotionally drained by my jackass partners. And so now I actually get to be me finally. So, all right, let's see if we can, this is, we're at Lake Michigan, yes? What is this body of water?
The space between, this is the Mackinac Bridge, so Lake Michigan and Lake Huron.
So we're between two Great Lakes. So to explain this, this is basically the Great Lakes are a freshwater ocean. They are an actual ocean, but we call them the Great Lakes because they're shaped different ways. We're between Lake Michigan and Lake Huron. Nice. So if you can see that, this is like, yeah, this is like an, can you hear it? Can you see it?
We can see it, but we can't hear it.
Okay, let me hold up my phone. But basically, this is one of the ultimate liminal spaces in North America. This is as between as you can get. You want a crossroads? Oh, baby, this is a crossroads. So I'm going to hold this out so you can hear her talking. And him.
I hear a weird hum, but that could just be my laptop.
It's hard to say. We might have to go back and like parse the audio later. Mm-hmm. But this is, oh my God, there's so much spirit stuff going on here. This is amazing. And it's all really chill. So normally I formally introduce myself and I'm seeing the way the water's washing up, and this is one of those nights where you might meet a mermaid, but the mermaid's going to eat you, so I'm staying a little further back. But, oh my God, this is stunning. No, so that's that drawbridge. Yeah, that's that drawbridge I showed you before. Mm-hmm. And then
I'm full screen you. Hold on.
Okay.
Let's see if I can do this. Do one, but I'm going to make it you. No, I want to make it Diana. Can I make it Diana? Wait.
All right. I think you can.
We can kind of. I was trying to make it bigger.
Yeah.
For people so that they could see. So we see some lights in the distance.
Yeah. So you see, that's the largest suspension bridge in the United States.
Can you turn your phone sideways? Maybe we can get a wider angle.
Okay. How's that?
Yeah. Now, if you bring it down, we can see the shore.
Yeah. So you can see that. And then there's some woods over here. And I'm having an interesting experience. This is not going to translate on camera. So I can tell that it's just an empty park that I'm looking at, but I'm seeing a cemetery overlaid on it in spirit. Huh. So there's definitely some stuff going on here. And I'm hearing someone being very confused because there's something about meeting a devil at the crossroads, but it's also the devil would take the form of a sailor here.
So it's funny when you're pointed at the water.
Yeah.
I feel very warm, but when you pointed toward the forest area,
yeah,
it cooled me quite a bit.
Well, it's life and death. This is like where the Fae and the dead are meeting halfway. So hello, and this is not the time. Nope. And Nora is now noping out. So, it's kind of entertaining. She protects Cinti, but I'm the pet, so I'm expected to protect her. Mm-hmm. So we have an odd day. Okay, and as she is now, taking up food, but okay, there's a visitor center over there.
The moon.
What?
Was that the street light or was that the moon?
I am actually, the moon is right up here. Can you see that?
No, we can't. It's black.
Okay, so.
There's Diana.
Hello. Okay, I'm going to turn this. So I'm pointing at the moon now. Can you see that?
Well, I can't even see you pointing.
Okay, well, my phone really is very fuck you space egg about the moon. So I'm hoping, I do have my mirrorless camera with me because I've been taking professional photography classes. So hopefully I will be able to get that on a better camera.
Were you pointed at the moon or were you pointed at like a light fixture?
I was pointed at the moon.
Okay, so the camera was pointed at the moon, not your actual
Yeah.
hand. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, we
My
could see.
phone, you could see it. Okay. Yeah, my phone is like most phones. This is a really good phone. It's a Samsung Galaxy. Sorry, just a minute, lose my earpiece. No deals tonight, but thank you. Hopefully that wasn't a fairy. I just said that too.
Yeah, maybe you should just keep it generally. I appreciate the gesture.
Yeah, well, and I just broke my Murphy's Law. I just broke my earpiece thingy.
That was probably a fade
I
then.
punched the button. Or you punched. There we go. I almost, sorry, I punched the disconnect button by accident. So a little surprised by the, oh, it didn't break. Okay, well, it was a dead fairy, so it's kind of in between there. So yeah, but so that cold you're feeling, that cold sensation, and we're getting back in the car now. When you feel the cold like that, that is the connection to the dead. When we're feeling the warm, that's the connection to life. That's one of the simpler ways to identify the two. So, but yeah, that's, oh my God, the magic you can do there. Oh, especially in, like, speaking to my urban nerd suspension bridge. Oh, bridges are amazing magic. So, and that's probably why everyone's here. It's called the troll, because it's the bridge. So everybody from up here is connected to the bridge, and we've had some adventures with trolls. So
yeah, there was well, you know, there's a troll on the Bay Bridge. There's an actual troll. Like, I mean,
I'm sorry, can you
besides
repeat that? My phone, my earpiece gave out.
the Bay Bridge, there is actually a troll. Like, there's a statue of a troll there that is inhabited by an actual troll. But when they built the new bridge, they made sure that they moved the troll to go with the new bridge so that he wasn't displaced.
Okay, just a minute. I'm having some sound issues, so I will just give me just a sec. If you could turn off my camera feed and like tell whatever troll story you want to tell.
All right, we're muting Diana now while she plays with that. So if you go to the Bay Bridge in San Francisco, where the oh my gosh, the points, the pylons that hold up the end on this side, there's supposed to be a statue of a troll there. And when they created the new bridge, they actually moved the statue so they didn't displace the bridge troll. Give me a thumbs up when you're ready to come back on sound, Diana. Beyond that troll, Diana and I at one point had an interaction with the troll on Treasure Island, which was fun. Which, you know, we did a little bit of work over there. Treasure Island, not Treasure Island. The Rock, Alcatraz. That's where it was. We had an interaction with the troll in Alcatraz. So I'm thinking that she might not be quite ready yet.
She's about to die, so we're gonna go back to the hotel for a minute, and I will check in with you when we're done tonight.
Okay, I had you on mute, so I didn't catch any of that.
Yeah, I'll type it to you. Okay. All right. So where can I do this? Private chat. Okay.
Are you having
Something's up with the car?
Oh, we might be having another Murphy's Law moment there. You know, that's the funny thing about Murphy's Law. You never know when it's going to strike, when it's going to hit you.
Yeah. And that's not letting me do anything else.
Okay, let's see. So Diana says that everything's gone wonky, and my take on that, I don't think she could hear me, but I was going to tell her that if it were me, I would apologize to whatever she offended with a thank you. And if you are new to working with the Fae, thank you is not a term that you use. It's considered impolite. You can express your appreciation. So when the Fae have done something for you, let them know how much you like the gift, how much you like what they've done for you. But never ever say the actual phrase thank you, because it's considered very impolite and it's actually kind of offensive. Let me think some Murphy's Law things, and in the oh, hold on, I realized that my computer is unplugged and is going to die. Thank you, computer, for letting me know we are alive again. And that was funny. It would have died there. Okay, the car has suddenly started behaving weird, as has all of her equipment. Well, all right. So this is one of those things where I think a formal apology might help. Oops, except now my autocorrect is going weird. Isn't that weird? Well, I love the fact that we're doing a Murphy's Law show, and Murphy's Law is playing around with everything that we have going on. All right. Okay. Well, I don't know if Diana is going to make it back on here tonight. So just going to go over a couple things while I have people on. But if you are watching and have a Murphy's Law story, or just I have a comment or a question, please enter it into your chat. You can do it either through YouTube or through Facebook. Let me think. I was I was talking with her about this, but a little discombobulated at the moment. I did not expect everything to kind of fall to the wayside there. But with this super moon tonight and the eclipse going on, you may feel unsettled. I myself have been feeling very unsettled lately, and like I said earlier, I had something that I've been working toward that all of a sudden I was just ready to toss. So if you find yourself experiencing moments where you have something that you've been working on and all of a sudden you're ready to end it right then and there, my suggestion is pause, take a breath, sleep on any heavy decisions for a couple days. Let us get out of the moon phase here, and then you can relook at whatever decision you might be making with a clear head. Also tonight, if you're going to do any magic, now is a good time for us to be looking at feelings of negativity and feelings of unsettledness and making those choices of, this is how I'm going to transform this into something better. I think, Diana, are you back with us?
I am back with you. So it's like the Diana seance today. We had to get away from the trolls for real. So you just got a living example of why you don't say thank you to fairies. Because I reflexively
we
said,
just kind of talked about that while you were off the
air. Yeah. So basically, suddenly the car and all my equipment is working just fine now when it wasn't before. So because I did have to formally apologize for that.
Yeah. So in the future, people, if you do make a thank you to the Fae, whether they're dead or alive, a formal apology will get you back in order.
Yeah, and they're pretty good about that as long as it's sincere. And honestly, I could have turned it into a bitch fest, but that's not my style. I am going to say that I think we're going to try to go across the bridge tonight. So, because why not after I've annoyed a troll? And also because like everything, the batteries are run down because this was a 4.5-hour drive and I was working on the way here. So you can, basically nom on my creativity all summer as I nom on the wonder of this. So I have more creativity. Like this is like the coolest Super 8 I've ever seen. Oh my God, look at this hotel. Can you, okay.
Kinda.
Like it's stone. It's a stone-faced Super 8 hotel. It's like fancy. I somehow found a fancy Super 8. How the hell did I do that?
Of course you did, because you're Diana. That's what you do, is fancy hotels.
Yes, and even the Super 8 dressed up for me because I am Diana.
Okay,
so
we have a comment here from Stan. Hi, sweetheart.
Hey, Stan.
Murphy's Law moment for his dad. He got in a motorcycle accident. 3 hours later, his brother's house catches on fire. Does that count? As I remember that story, I'm trying to think if you did anything that could create your Murphy's Law moment.
Okay, so to have Murphy's Law, you have to have plans and they have to not get accomplished.
Well, I'm pretty sure his plan was to make it to his destination without being in an accident.
Yeah, there's that. And, it helps if things aren't on fire.
Which we are well versed in.
Yes.
I was also talking about while you were offline, just with the supermoon and everything, finding yourself experiencing feelings of, odd negativity, or when you've been working on a project ready to just kind of toss in the towel, just give yourself a couple days before you make any really big decisions about things.
Yes, that's good advice. And I was hearing that coming in and out.
Mm-hmm.
So I hate to do this, but because my phone is at 10% and I don't know how long it's going to last with everything going on around me.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to have to exit, but I will check in with you later. Now that we know that I am in one piece, have not been eaten by a mermaid.
You've not been, I'm pretty sure you weren't going to be eaten by a mermaid.
Not that way. And we are going, and I think that I need to feed the Cinti. So love you. We'll check in with you later. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. And for those that watch later, I'm sure you'll be vastly amused at my shenanigans tonight. And Nick has got some good advice. Yeah, sometimes stuff goes wrong. Mm-hmm. And slow down and look for the opportunity and try to find it funny. And some stuff will just not be fucking funny. And so try to let it, it doesn't have to ruin your day. It can just be a thing that happened. And it may be a low light of the day. But eventually you will be able to go to Martini's and tell your friends, oh my God, my day sucked, and feel better.
There you go. There you go. All right. Be safe. Stay safe. Don't be in the middle of the bridge when it opens up.
Good plan.
It's not drawbridge, right?
It is a suspension bridge, so I don't believe that it is a drawbridge.
No, drawbridge.
So it doesn't lift up. It's just really, really long. And yeah, and I'm just going to have to remember not to piss off the troll again.
Yeah, try not to do that when you're in the middle.
Fair. Also, dead trolls are no fun.
And the longest in the Western Hemisphere between the anchorages.
Okay. Well, I will share that nerdiness in comments, honey, okay? So, all right. I will talk to y'all later.
Have fun.
All right. Bye.
Okay, bye. Well, as you can see, the antics always ensue with us. We have many stories of, I'm sure, Murphy's Law incidences that I, of course, can't think of while I'm on the air by myself. But again, just if you're having these wonky feelings, just do something that's gonna be cleansing for you, whether it be taking a bath, taking a hot shower. A lot of people will take showers when they come home from work. I recommend that for people as a cleansing thing. When you come in from your day and you come home, as you're winding down and getting yourself decompressed from being at work, take a hot shower. Let the water wash away everything from your day. That can oftentimes work for Murphy's Law as well. If you have some kind of salt scrub, that can work too. I have quite a few people that I know that use that as a routine when they come home, just to wash off the excess from outside. If you're an empath and you use water as a cleansing agent, or you use it in your shielding, that can kind of help cleanse you as well. What else can we do? I was reading this article today on an app that I have. It's called Moonly, and it was talking about the eclipse today. Let's see if it decides to work with me here. That would be great. Moon and the eclipse. So it says, in this unfavorable period, we are left without the protection of the moon, which makes us vulnerable in physical and emotional terms. Negatively affects our relations with people. So if you find yourself that you seem to be having more arguments, more disagreements with people, or maybe you have someone that you thought you connected with and all of a sudden it feels like your communication is off, or that maybe the interest has waned, definitely give it a couple days. Don't make snap decisions. Now is not a good time for snap decisions. What does it say here? Now it is important to protect your health. Do your favorite things in order to achieve spiritual harmony and live the eclipse consciously without quarrels and negativity. So if you're finding yourself just arguing with people, we have to stop and take a minute. We have to listen to respond, not to react. And remember what we're feeling, other people are probably feeling as well. So we have to cut each other a break. Um, if you are someone that finds yourself cycling with the energy of the moon and that you do have heightened emotional responses during the moon time, pay attention to that. Maybe you need a little bit of seclusion and time to look within and time to just be with yourself, time to meditate, time to, figure out what's the best way for you to do your own self-care. Those are really important things to do right now. If you're doing magic to end things, if you have a relationship that has ended, maybe now's a time to do a cord cutting or a cut and clear. Just some kind of cleanse to give yourself that conclusion, that closure to the relationship. Those are oftentimes really good. I have an eclipse ritual here. So an eclipse is the moment during which we lose the energy and protection of the luminaries. At this time, our inner demons may wake up, and without certain work on ourselves, they can gain the upper hand. I don't really know how I feel about that, because this whole, our inner demons, my inner demons work really well with me. Yours may literally be the inner demons may just be that term that you use to talk about our opportunities within ourselves. I don't like, throwing that on my demon compatriots. I like considering that is, my opportunities that I have to work on are my opportunities. I don't consider that part of my inner demon at all. Let's see. An eclipse is a dangerous time that may bring emotional instability, conflicts, irrational behavior, incidences, and events that we cannot control. So I do agree with the whole Murphy's Law things of incidences that we cannot control. However, irrational behavior, maybe we can't control it, but I do believe that we have the ability to be able to identify it and curb it. And if you are guilty of having irrational behavior, so, okay, you know what? Sometimes my mouth runs away with me and I don't know when to shut up. But we can acknowledge that behavior. We can own it. And you know what? Apologize. If you've been kind of a dick to someone because you just kind of snapped, take the time to find that person and be like, you know what? I made a snap response. I didn't really think it through. I would like the opportunity to talk this over with you and come to a resolution. It's not easy. Absolutely. We all, if you know me, know that I have a little bit of a temper, just a little bit. Latin, Irish, I could be a hothead. It's been known to happen once or twice. Stan Williams, don't you dare comment on that. But you can stop and say, okay, I made these comments in the heat of the moment, and while I cannot take them back, I would like the opportunity to talk this over and work through this conflict. You might not be able to do it today. You might not be able to do it tomorrow. We have those 3 days of the full moon, and both yesterday and today were 99%. So tomorrow might not be a good day to work that out, but as we're getting into Friday, Saturday, those are really good times to try and resolve these conflicts that are going to come up. Let's see. All right, well, it's not difficult to avoid the negative effects if you live through the eclipse consciously, being honest towards yourself. An eclipse will help you to discover the weaknesses and negative traits, but only so that you can work on them and get rid of them. The powerful energy of this magical time will help to change your reality for the better and program yourself for the future. There are special rituals to do so. Okay, well, so here's the thing about weaknesses and negative traits. Those I really feel are, they're little goalposts for us. Do I have a temper? Absolutely. Do I snap at people the way I may have in the past? No. I've learned to look at my anger and see that if I'm angry about something, what is that anger masking? So if we're having those snap decisions and, popping off with things that are very hurtful to people, you have to stop and look at yourself and say, why am I feeling this way? So these are identifying behaviors for us. So take this time to look within, and when we're feeling hurt by something maybe someone has said to us, are they an asshole? Okay, sometimes I will say that, but other times, why? Let's use this feeling as an identifier. Why am I feeling this way? Why did what this person say to me affect me so much? Is it because of some insecurity that we need to work through? Is it because what they said was untrue? Or are we upset because there is some grain of truth to it? Use those identifying behaviors and learn from them. Let's see. General rules. During eclipses, you carry out rituals concerning your relationships with people and the transformation of your personality. Before the beginning of any ritual and after the end, it's necessary to take a contrast shower or bath and to drink filtered water. It's better to start preparations roughly a week before the eclipse. Okay, that sounds all well and good, but you know what? Sometimes are you well, okay, I do have a calendar on my phone that gives me sends me a little alert when these things are coming up. But sometimes I've had a hell week. Like the past week where I feel like it's been doubles every day and 12-hour days every day plus. And so maybe, I can't prepare a week in advance, but there are definitely things that you can do. There are things that you can enter into your routine to help navigate through this time. Again, you're your own best judge of your behavior. But sometimes the people around us can help too. Having that transparency with your loved ones where we have the openness to be able to say, whoa, hey, let's take a step back. That was a little harsh. I feel like we're not communicating well. It's a good time to improve communications with our people and, take that time to kind of realize, maybe my responses during these times aren't as effective as I think they are. So how can I turn that around? Like, if you have a Murphy's Law day, like I did today, no water to anything in my kiosks except for the sinks. So I couldn't make drinks. I could have been mad about it all day, but I found other things to occupy my time. And when customers came up, we just made it an opportunity that we could touch base with them. Hey, guess what? I can't do what you'd like today, but there's another one right across the parking lot, and come back and see me tomorrow. I could have let it piss me off for my whole day and ruin the way the rest of my day went. That wouldn't have helped me. I could have let the fact that I totally misread my schedule yesterday and I was late to work. I could have let that affect my day, but sometimes you just have to laugh it off. Laughter has more power than people want you to realize, and laughing at yourself is such an amazing tool to get you through situations. My mother always used to say that we'd get through hard times with grace and humor. And I have found that to be true in my life. Some of the hardest times I've gotten through, we found with, just taking that moment to laugh at something stupid, even if you're laughing like a 5-year-old. It helps ease the tension and get you through the situation. And Stan Williams, who is one of 2 viewers right now, says, "Roll with it, baby." Yes, we roll with it. That's all we can do. Let's see what else my little app says about this. Hold on. Oh, of course, it went back to the beginning because I closed it. Devote this time to purifying yourself in your home. Carry out a thorough clean. Get rid of unnecessary things that you haven't been using for a while. It's important to clear the space for everything new. There's some purification rituals that goes through. And you know what? Sometimes you don't have time to do these whole rituals. I am, I have immense respect for people that have all these rituals that they can set up and do. I have planned one ritual in my entire life, one group ritual, and it stressed me out beyond all belief. And I never want to be on the planning end of that again. I will go to rituals, I will participate, but planning it, not my forte. Even around the house when I am, doing magic with whatever entity or deity that I'm working with, it's not real formal. I'm like, hey, you want to chat? I have whiskey, and we just kind of figure it out. It's very informal. Um, and honestly, having a whole house cleaning ritual, I have two children under 15 in my house, a dog, a cat, and quite often I have an additional three living creatures that come to my house on the weekends. Um, if I can keep the house clean at all, um, just in basic, like we're going to get through the day and live clean, that's an accomplishment, especially, working both jobs and running myself ragged and relearning how to live without sleep on a bunch of caffeine and maybe not eating as much as I do. My self-care routine is very different. But, if you can do a whole cleansing and purification ritual for your house, great. I don't necessarily do it every full moon or every moon eclipse. I do it periodically. And there are things I do to cleanse the house energetically, but some days it's just a struggle to get up and get out the door. And don't beat yourself up for that. Let's see what else this thing says. I mean, if you can incorporate it, do it. Let's see. What is this little thing? Sit by a lit candle in a relaxed atmosphere. Concentrate on the flame. Remember and take in everything that worries you, negative memories and emotions, old insults. Review it like an old film, live through it again, and then write it all down on a piece of paper. Well, you know what? That kind of sounds doable, though. I would need a novel sometimes for the things that just irritate the crap out of me. And then you burn it. But you know what? That's actually a really effective tool. Take the things that have bothered you through the day. So all your Murphy's Law moments from the day, if you can't just laugh them off, you know what? Take that moment before you go to bed, or when you're doing your face washing routine or whatever your get ready for bed routine is. Take a couple minutes, jot those things down. Set them on fire. Let them drift off to the universe and get the heck out of your life. It's I'm by no means the expert on this, but when you have little rituals like this that can be done in shorter time frames, they really do make a difference. Burning stuff. That's like the whole thing that if you don't have closure with someone, you write a letter to them and you give yourself closure through the letter and then you burn it, or you never send it. Like when you're really, if you have crap parents and you're really angry at them, you write in this letter, why I'm angry and everything that you're feeling. And you don't have to send it. You can burn it. And it kind of gets those emotions out of you and into the universe. So it's kind of like that kind of tool. Me, I just kind of tell people what I think, which doesn't always work out. Sometimes they get really mad and I'm the asshole, but I kind of wear that hat all right. Sometimes, people get mad at you for things that you didn't intend to do, and they are not always transparent with you why, for their own reasons. You can't control that. But, sometimes it's genuinely your fault, and the only thing you can do is apologize. Other times, fucking drive on. Really, I mean, there's only so much you can do. You can't please everybody, and I don't really have the energy to try. Let's see. Alternative version. 10 minutes before the eclipse, lie on the floor, close your eyes, and imagine yourself as a mirror. Oh, as in a mirror. Visualize how you remove problems and blocks from yourself, like old clothes. Could you do it in like a strip poker thing? I wonder, I've lost this hand, so I'm going to get rid of, this weird emotion, or I won this hand and I'm going to get rid of this weird emotion. I don't know. It could work, whatever works for you. Thank the universe for the lessons and mentally prepare for positive changes. You're ready to let everything new and good into your life. And, this has a whole deep clean. We already know how I feel about that. Update ritual. Well, there's a lot of really good stuff on here, and I do recommend this app, Moonly. I mean, it's got a lot of stuff that I don't necessarily have time to do, but if whatever your particular routine is to cleanse your energy, to cleanse your house energy, if you can see these things coming up in the calendar and get yourself a routine or get something that you're going to do that evening, that's always going to be beneficial for you. Or if you're like me, you don't really feel like you have the time, do the little things. Write down the things that irritate you or the things that you want to change. Burn them. The basic thing is that as we're coming into this week of the super moon, we are going through weird shit-o-meter. Like I said, you may feel unsettled, you may feel irritated, you may feel impatient, you may just feel frustrated with things going on in your life. Now's the time, as we're coming into this eclipse, to do the things that help you work through that frustration and release it into the universe so that you can prepare yourself after this for the new things that are coming into your life. On the mundane things that are not magical, though I do think that they're kind of magical, self-care. Self-care is such a beautiful thing that I think that we all really neglect. So if you can do some kind of self-care for yourself, self-care for yourself, that wasn't a redundant statement at all. If you can find some way of following a self-care routine, you will be the better for it. I think part of my self-care routine is going to be to put my ass to bed. I'm going to finish my whiskey Coke, not Red Bull tonight, because I thought I might actually like to go to sleep. Hope that I can sleep tonight. Last night I went to bed at like 9 o'clock and I woke up at like 1 in the morning and I tossed and turned for a couple hours. I just thought that it was me, but then I see online that a lot of people were experiencing that last night. And they are attributing it to the moon. I don't know if it was me. I don't know if it was the moon. I don't know if it was the weird energy, but I do know that I'm feeling a little bit unlike myself lately. I have moments of high energy, and then I have moments where I don't even want to move out of the chair. So if you're going through these changes and they feel like it's not typical for you, just recognize that you may be being influenced by other energies that are going out in the universe. And celestial energy is a very powerful force. So don't beat yourself up for it. Take every day with a grain of salt, at least, through the remainder of the week. And be kind. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to others. We're all kind of going through something. We're coming out of this crazy fucking pandemic, and now things are finally opening up. And for a lot of people, well, for some of us, it's a relief. I know for me, it's a relief because I've missed being around people immensely. But for some people, it's a little scary to pop back into the world, and it's not going to be overnight. Things are going to be the way that they were, because let's be honest, the way that things were wasn't working for everyone, and that's okay. If you're feeling trepidation, if you're feeling, some fear or anxiety about getting back out there, let yourself feel that. Let yourself go through that and find ways to ease yourself into it. There's no right or wrong way to come out of this, either out of this eclipse and this Murphy's Law information or out of the pandemic. There's no right way. There's no set way. Just, be kind to yourself. Be kind to other people and all that, good motivational shit. Will I follow this advice about being kind to myself and kind to others? Possibly. I try. I can't say that I won't be an asshole because let's be honest, sometimes it happens, but we try. Sometimes the demons are in the driver's seat, sometimes it's me. But on that note, I think I'm going to wrap it up. It's about 10:30 now. I've been on almost an hour and a half. I hope this was informative. I hope you got some good knowledge. I hope you make it out of this with all your marbles intact. My marbles are rolling around on the floor on any given day. But yeah, be kind to yourself. Take a breath. Let's see. Stan doesn't have a cocktail, but cheers nonetheless. Come on, no wine before bed. What's up with that, Williams? I mean, this is mostly Coke now, but there's still a little bit of whiskey into it. So if you came on the cast tonight, thank you for showing up. Stan Williams, I love the shit out of you. Thank you for being on and commenting. I'm going to start reminding you of all of these now that we're in the same time zone, so you can make little quirky comments. If you weren't able to make the actual live, but watch later, feel free to drop a comment. You can find us. Well, hopefully you found us either on the Golden Apple Facebook page or the where else are we? Oh well, you can also see this via my Facebook page or the Golden Apple YouTube channel. You can also find us on Instagram. You can find Diana at dianarachel.com. You'll be able to see her events, including including her upcoming event next month at Wicked Grounds. You also can find Urban Magic on Amazon. So I don't have the link for Urban Magic, but I do have the link for Urban Magic Guide for the City Witch, which is a fabulous, fabulous book. These are for reviews, but you can find it on Amazon. Lastly, that's what we didn't pull. We didn't pull any tidbits from Hex Twisting. Counter magic spells for the irritated witch. That was Diana's most recent book, released this year, or it's pre-order. We're still in pre-order for that. That book is fun. While I love urban magic, this one has a little bit of a place in my heart because it has lots of anecdotes from things that we actually experienced in there. You know, Diana and I are weird shit meters like way up here. Most people's are like maybe down here. Ours are, kind of up there because we have some weird shit that goes on when we're together. Sometimes fun, sometimes not so fun, but neither of us have died. That's important. And we never set the house on fire. Tables, maybe. Pots, maybe. Pails in the backyard, probably. But we never set the house on fire. If she's ever done that, it's never been with me. Sorry, my cat jumped on the ottoman and distracted me. But so yeah, Hex Twisting. It's a great book. Definitely read it. Like I said, we have a lot of cool little anecdotes on there. Let's see. While we are having technical difficulties, you cannot access the website at the moment, but we will be having that back up online as soon as we can. You can see some of the great products that we have. In the meantime, look us up on Instagram, and I will be showing some of the products that we have in the coming weeks. You can find out more about Diana's events either through our Facebook page or, again, her website, which is dianarachel.com. You can also order some of her services through there. When we have the website back up in order, we have services with Diana, with her partner, Cinti, also Christine Rossi. I believe we may have some services for Jennifer Martinez, and eventually I will get off my duff and throw a service on there too. But if you're looking for any kind of energy work, specifically negative entity removal, or even some minor possession things, please shoot a message. We will definitely try to help you out. And if you have some kind of weird problem that you think might be metaphysical, but you're not sure, shoot us a message on the page. We have amorphous metaphysical problem solving. So, we may be able to help you with your issue, or we may be able to help you, refer you to someone that could better help you. Sometimes we do the best that we can, and we can't always fix the problems, but we probably know the person that can. Anyway, to our viewer that just jumped on. Hi, thanks for joining us at the tail end, or me, I guess, at the tail end, because Diana had to go. She's running around Michigan, hopefully seeing the Aurora Borealis. And, if that's Scott Oakley, I heard you. I heard the shit out of you. Hopefully, Diana is getting some good pictures and not pissing off any more Fae or trolls in Michigan. Yeah, Jesus, I don't know what the hell to say, which is usually an indicator that I should probably log off. So thanks for coming to the show. Thanks for stopping in. Stan, thanks for making lots of comments. Here's to Murphy's Law. May it go the fuck away and not do any more weird shit in my life because I'd like a steady week for once. Here's to you, our viewers, and thanks so much. Have a great night. We'll see you on the flip side. We'll be back in 2 weeks with another episode. Who knows what antics we'll get up to then. Good night, loves. Oh, we're not off yet because I haven't turned the off button yet, but here I go. Have a good night.